Hello, 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 and welcome to yet another episode in Rixas. Rixas. I keep on forgetting. Rixas. Alright. Today I'm creating kind of an odd round, but let me see. What do I have it set on right now? What's the recording set on? Alright. Alright. Okay. Everything's checked out. Everything's good. Okay. What we're gonna do here today is I had to check out what this word meant to make a different version of it. We're gonna also use the Dow Type 8. Today I'm just gonna make a rimfire pistol rounds. And hook it up with a revolver. That's basically going to be the same thing as the Suki, to be fairly honest with you. But not as well. Oh, that's why that's happening. Hold on a minute. Give me a minute. There we go. A second. The diameter of which we're gonna be basically doing a pistol version, just copying the UB all the way down to 8mm, but it's going to be rimfire, which is going to be the important part. Rimfire version of a UB, it's only 8mm, so it's 2/3. I think that is that how the numbers work? 12 to 8, yeah, 2/3. 2/3 is big, but let me see here. Make sure that the ratio is still good, because we want to do 20 divided by 12, 1.67, now times that by 8, and we get 13.3. We're going to say 13.5 even. There we go. Save that, then load up what the UB got, and we got, let me see here. Now, we're not going to do anything like the UB Comey or the steel type round, which I've still forgotten to switch them all over to this. Let's see here. Volt. It's not going to be this comically big. It's actually going to be very small. But I have to get the diameter right. So 40 for 12. 40 and 15 for 12. So let's see. Let's say, so 15 divided by 12 is what? Oh, nice, perfect. So now times that by 8, and we get 10. Perfect. Perfect. That'll be nice and thin. See, it looks almost like a pistol round. Right now it looks more like a carbine round. That's fine. This has no jacket on it, because this is supposed to basically be like 1860s, 1870s type rounds. Like nothing insane, nothing great, nothing terrible. The other one was 40 by 12, so 50 is definitely too much. Its length here is going to be very, very short. 40 divided by 12 is 3.33 repeated. Wow, I can't speak. Repeated. And then times that by 8, and we get more or less 27. I think 27 is fine. It's fair. It's wonderful. There we go. Go ahead, open that up. See what we got inside. I'm going to be recording 1, maybe 2 episodes of this. This should be very short. We're not going to be changing out the propellant too much. We're going to be probably using, not washi, dial type 7, not the sow. I should probably be careful where I'm clicking, because some of these I really don't want to release to the public quite yet. It's fine though. You guys already have seen it, but I don't like exposing it too much. Suzume. What is a Suzume? I know what the Recon is. Suzume. What was this? Oh, I know what this is. This is a machine gun round. That's why it's so short. It's like, why is it so short? Yeah, it was a machine gun round. Because the Washi is another machine gun round. You might say, why do you need a 30mm machine gun round? For airplanes, for aircraft. Also to throw it on like a tank or something. The reason why I have these really short is so they cost less, because if I were to make it more reasonable, I guess it would be like 90s. Yeah, a rifle round, an all-purpose rifle round would be 90, and now you can see that it is 3.95 in cost. 1.1 gram versus the original 70, which was less than 1 kilogram, and only 3.5 cost. 3.56, and I'm pretty sure if I load this up correctly, 0.282. Yep, okay, that's right. So 0.1 is $1. Because the whole reason why I'm getting this reasoning is because 2K 8 is roughly a clone of 8mm Mauser, or 7.92 Mauser. So 7.92 Mauser, if I remember correctly, on the market right now, just looking it up, 7.92 Mauser. Ammo buy. Oh, actually, hold on. 57.60. Okay. Never mind. I am wrong. Oh, I'm not entirely wrong. Steel ammo. Okay, I see. I see where I'm getting different rounds at. Alright. So if you want fancy Mauser ammo, it's going to be about $1 per round. If you want cheap, just normal Mauser ammo, probably not the best, but it won't be terrible. You probably don't want to spend this if you're trying to hunt. I've seen the lowest one I saw was like 56 cents, but there was plenty that was around 85, 86 cents. So we'll say that this is 82 cents per round, because this looks relatively normal. 82, 82 cents per round. Okay? So using this as roughly the equivalent, I have to remember where it was. It's over here. Okay. The washi. And the washi suba, even though the washi suba is more complex. Complex, from what I think, we haven't been told exactly what it does. What I think and what it has been implied is that complexity will basically take longer to build, so, than something with lower complexity. So this will probably take 1.125 weeks, maybe. Maybe. And this one will take 1.135 weeks, which on super small scale doesn't really matter. over a super long period of time doesn't really matter as well. It really matters, like, the real difference is, like, a year into the war. If you're still at war, like, 9 years later, really the amount of ammo that you can produce with both of these complexities won't matter. Like, the delay won't really matter if it's something along that line of time. Because sometimes you can get better cost for less complexity like this, which might be profitable, you know? But yeah, if we use these, or the 2K on as an example for cost, that means this round right here, this 30mm aircraft round, right now cost 3,600. Oh, my bad, not 3,000. Oh my goodness, $36. My bad, $36.12 per round. Doi. $36 per round is a lot. Not insane, but it is a lot. But if I were to make this like 90, it's now $40 a round. So we're saving ourselves a few dollars a round, and $5 doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're talking about a machine gun round, you're gonna be making thousands, if not, well, thousands to 10,000s, if not millions of these rounds. So, 40 times, you know, you're saving $5 per round. If you make 10,000 rounds, you're saving yourself $50,000. I did not throw that into a calculator to make sure. My brain is tired. Not because I'm tired, but because I'm now nervous. Because I've now tried to do math on camera. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. And that's just for a normal rifle round, if you will. Because if I try to do it at something that's more armor piercing capability, lenient, more armor piercing capability would be something around the lines of 3.3. So we do 3.3 times 30. And basically looking at 100 here. And now we're talking about $41.40. Or if I wanted to actually make it armor piercing rounds, and if I made them shoot a machine gun version of, if I put armor piercing rounds into a machine gun for my armor piercing ratio that I like to use, also known as the marksman ratio, because the lead rounds won't be armor piercing, they'll be used as a sniper round more or less, or practice round if it's like artillery. Yeah. Yeah. Now we're talking about 105 millimeters, which means we're now paying $42 and almost, let's say 39 cents per round, which means that, if we were to try to do something like this, just to make sure that if we tried to do some type of initiative where we said every round needs to be armor piercing capable, but then we tried to make 10,000 of these, I realized I did my math wrong earlier. We would be spending almost 64,000 more dollars more trying to do that. $64,000 would be wasted on that. It's not a very smart idea. Not a smart idea at all, actually. So you make a hollow point, it looks like that. And then, oh. Oh, that's not supposed to do that. Huh. Um. Yeah, it's supposed to do that. I don't know why it does that. Huh, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay. The question is, do I want to make it 14 millimeters? The question is, will this fire? I don't know. What we will do is we will take a barrel. So you can see we got tons of barrels to choose from, but we will take specifically. Oh yeah, that's right. I called it the Nani. We'll take. These aren't supposed to be different lengths, are they? Oh, they're different. Yeah, okay, I remember what they're doing. Alright. Take this. We'll call it the Waldo. We'll call it the Waldo. And we'll specifically change it to this right here. Now, by using it as the Waldo, we have the very wonderful opportunity to just get rid of that. Also, we can probably just do that. Get rid of that. Make a nice, cheap round. Because there's a certain firepower that we... Hold on here. Hold on. Hold on. Mushy mush mush mush. Where's handgun? Is this handgun? Is this a handgun? It is a handgun. What's the number 2 for? I don't know what number 2 is for. I'm gonna assume that we're not using number 2 for anything else. We're just gonna steal it and repurpose it. We will see if doing that does a whole lot. Not really. Oh. Alright, yep. Okay. The other one was a 6-shot. This one will be an 8-shot. Technically more firepower, but not as much stopping power, honestly. If we had to say. Now the barrel should be fairly fine. The Waldo. The barrel should be perfectly fine. Okay. Well, to be fair, to be fair, muzzle velocity. We might have to change the powder on it. I wouldn't like to change the powder on it. But what are our options? Sow type 5, Dow type 8. Do we use anything? Oh, Dow type 7 maybe. Never mind. So Sow type 5. Dow type 7. It is Sow in the UB, right? Yes, Sow. What's the other one that will be coming about? Okay. Sow type 5. Sow type 8. Yeah, Sow type 8. Because this is filled to the brim. It can't really get any less full than that. Multiple 1. Save. No, I don't remember which ones. Sow type 8. Fill. Save. 3. Sow type 5. Fill. Save. Oh, that one's pretty good. And there was one more, right? I think so. Was it type 3? The Dow type 7. So let me see. Yeah, that should be everything that's reasonable. So now we have to test each and every single one of these. I gotta fix this first. Honestly, that makes more sense. Yeah, right there, we'll do that. We're not worried about armor piercing capabilities because these things can't pierce armor anyways. We're gonna make this in 3 different variants. It's not burning all of its powder though. And it's not burning any of it really. Interesting. Okay, we might want to use this one. 124. 163. 173. Alright. This is with max powder. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see if reducing the powder, believe it or not, it actually helps some of them do better because it gives it more room, but it doesn't always help. So I want to look inside to see how much I'm reducing it by. So if I do this, alright, put it in that, and then do something like that. Okay. Hopefully we're giving it enough room to burn. Just giving it a little bit more room to burn should help. Some, not all of them. Yeah, that one didn't help at all. It was 2 that we wanted to keep along with 3. And yeah, so I know 1 we're getting rid of. 2 we wanted to kind of keep. So, well, number 3 is the one that we need to turn down. So let's see here. 25 to only 50. Because I can't imagine that it's overpressuring too much. So, well, 2, yep, that's the 173. The other one was only 124. And this one does really well. So this is why we're gonna probably end up using it, but what's the standard right now? Sow type 8 versus Sow type 5. Of course it's a Sow type 5 that was flipping going through, yeah. There's a few people in the flipping community that will be very happy to hear that the cubes are doing better, because Sow type 5 is the cube, well, one of the cubes. And that's too little. We're gonna thin out the barrels because the barrel designer, right here. Yeah. We're not gonna need to use anything else. It's a little complex. It's very cheap, very light. We're not worried about that too much. 161. Let's see here. I think this is 120. Say 0. It's 41, so I need to make it 9. I think that's our goal, right? Yeah, 150 should be fine. So let's go ahead and bring the wall up 1 back. Yeah. Means a little bit less power from our stuff here, but the Waldo 3 is probably going to be what we're using. There we go. 148 versus 155. Now, does it have blackout syndrome? Where it wastes all of its energy? Not really. Okay. 3. Let me see. So 50 might be too much. If it's not, we're in business, baby. If it is, patooey. Nice. Nice. Alright. Now, reasonably speaking, the longest that you're going to use a pistol at is like 350, or 350, no, 250 meters. Meters. Even then, that's extremely long range. It's like, it's a Hail Mary shot. Like, this is a Hail Mary. um, but reasonably speaking, your pistol is going to be used within 100 meters. But this is fine. 194 joules of energy. Let's see, what else can we do here? Now this is going to be too much. I can already tell. It's going to be way too much. Oh, it's not too much. Relax, you. I don't know what you're growling at. What? What was... Okay, so wait. 50 and 25 was too much, right? Yeah, because the Rimfire is too much. Rimfire, you can't have more than 150 for... I forget what the exact reason was for, but... We'll do something kind of... Yeah, because... Okay. 23 with 50. Should be fine. Should be fine. So, obviously... Yeah, this is going to be our... choice. Keeps a nice amount of energy. It's a nice bullet spread. For a pistol, that's amazing anyways. Perfection. Next thing. Next, we are going to do... What are we going to do? First things first, I have to make it the walled. This is the only walled that exists now. Walled 2, you were nice, standard for a little bit there, but walled 3, it's the prototype version, basically. But yeah, the walled. So the thing is, the whole reason why I used only those propellants is you have to remember when this game actually goes into its functional mode, if you will. I mean, you can still make designs off of it. You can still have combat happen. But when it goes into its like production mode, if you will, you will have to produce the propellant. And then that propellant goes into producing the cartridge. And you also have to produce the barrel independently. and then all of those parts come together. Like first, you'll have a factory that produces your propellant, and then you'll have a factory that produces. Oh, I showed the wrong one. I mean, I wasn't trying to have the right one showed, but you know, if I'm going to, I should try. So yes, Type 6 is huge, and Type 4 is really tiny. You got this one right here. It's 1 millimeter, and I think this one's 0.1, right? 0.1? No, 0.5, my bad. This literally takes up almost no volume. It's nice. It's really nice. And then you have number 6, which is huge. It takes up a huge amount of volume. I don't think it's ever been used in anything because it's not really useful. Of course, you have the Dow. The Dow is a whole different type of composition. I don't think composition is too important. I mean, it's very important depending on what you want to use for your barrel. But I mean, for production-wise, I don't think the composition is like, oh, M1 versus M2 is going to be a lot different to produce. I will say, though, that you have the walled. It's also using the SAO Type 5. So when I start the game, I'm going to have the walled and the Mori. The Dow 8 and the SAO Type 5. Then it's going to move into the Dow 8 as well. Still being used in the rifle. Okay, that's nice to know, nice to know. And the SAO Type 5 also being used in the pistol round. Now, SAO Type 5, you'll notice, usually is used in steel rounds for my rifle rounds and whatnot. Because, for some reason, Cube works really well with... Okay, why are you... Why are you proving me wrong as I'm in the middle of talking? Ignore that. So anyways, as I was saying, as I'm realizing that I was wrong when I was talking earlier about I've never used it before. Cube just tends to work when things are light. I don't know why, but the Chow Type 5 works really well. In this specific range of shell, it just works really well for the 35mm. And Dow Type 8 tends to work for my... Yeah, Chow Type 5 works really well for heavy stuff. For heavy stuff. For the light stuff, typically you want to use Cube. But you gotta remember, if you do that, you're going to have to produce this propellant separately. That propellant has to be produced in order for this round to be made. It's not like you make this round with this propellant. No. The propellant gets produced, it gets into storage, then it gets put into this round. The reason why I'm comfortable with having this SAO Type 5 is because the pistol round is going to be produced at the beginning of the game with this, and it's also going to be used in this pistol round that's going to be used, which means that if I'm using this propellant in this specialized armor-piercing round, it's not going to be terrible, it's not going to be amazing, but it's not going to hurt my system, it's not going to be a bottleneck at all. There's going to be no bottleneck with it. Unless if, you know, my production in general just is really small and I only have a few factories. But that's less of a problem of having more than one propellant and more of a problem of not having a factory. Every nation ever that has not had enough factories to produce things just always has had problems, so it might be worthwhile to just deal with it. Might be. Kenshi is so long. Kenshi is one of the best rounds that I've made for armor piercing. The only other one that's better than it is honestly the flap. Such a beautiful round. It just looks beautiful. It just looks good. It just looks good. Sorry. It doesn't do anything when you do that. Why are you pushing my back, dog? So now, with that round, I'm going to go ahead, we're going to load up the Suki clip. Make it a Waldo. Put 8 into it, it's a moon. 8. Remove all of those firearms. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care at all. We don't care. Care not. We care not. We are going to make 3 barrels for it. Short, long, and, yeah, short, long, and the normal one's already made. There we go. With, I don't think there's actually... Yeah, I don't think there's a moon clip for it. There's no visualizer for the moon clip. I think it's only for magazines and stripper clips. Because I don't think it even works for end block clips either. But yeah, that's fine. You know, it's good. It's great even. Amazing, I would even say. So 8 rounds in a Waldo clip. We gotta make the barrels. And then I'm gonna show you what Waldo Yomi. Yomi is Japanese for... Actually, I don't think that's an actual word in Japanese. It's like a stolen catchphrase or something. Might be able to even make that skinnier. This version is made for one thing and one thing only. Let's see, 10 centimeters? 10 centimeter barrel? Nah. Perfect. No, I'm kidding. There we go. Now if I throw this in there, okay, that's fine. It doesn't have, does that have more accuracy? I don't know, I don't care. Let me see here. Yeah, it doesn't have any real range, but to be fairly honest, it doesn't need range. Yep. Okay. Fairly accurate still, which is nice. And then Rikui. I don't think I... Oh, I did. Okay. This version is going to be longer. It's not going to be that long. I know that much. Because the normal one is only supposed to be 180. The The normal one here is 150, so 30. Yomi is supposed to be 130. This is also shaving off a good amount. The reason why Yomi is actually that long though, for the other one, but not this one, the powder does not like to burn on these things at all. Which means that the carbine that I'm gonna make of these things is gonna be amazing. But until then, let's see, we're 40 minutes in, yeah. I'll just show you what the reason why we have a long version too. This is a rifle, not a rifle, but this is an officer's version of the pistol, more or less. So it's made for officers. See here, 255. I think 200 is actually fine. The officers can have this. It does not need fluting. I don't think we need muzzle threading. Oh, that's the wrong rifling. I'll fix that here in a minute. But the Yomi is an actual sidearm. In the sense that it's going to be issued as like what's it called? A crew served weapon. No, not crew served. What is it called? The things that they give the people inside of vehicles in case they get like in a sticky situation. Like people inside armored cars, they're not gonna have a rifle. They're gonna have a carbine or one of these. We're not gonna build carbines at the very beginning. Maybe we will, but they're not going to be normal carbine. They're going to be very expensive, so we're not going to build a lot of them. I'm just trying to see what else. Length. Yeah, very cheap, very light, not complex. So if we go into Firearm Designer, we go the vault. That one. That one. It's 1 kilogram. Don't worry about that. Now the type 2 is the Yomi. Look how tiny it is. It doesn't even weigh a pound. Well, actually, no. I lied. It weighs 1.5 pounds. That's still very light. Still very light. A tiny little handgun. Packs not a huge punch, but a good enough punch to hurt somebody up close. It's like an agent, like a spy weapon. This thing is meant for officers. It's meant to be decorated. Also like marksman. Perhaps, maybe. Like snipers. I mean, not marksmen. Marksmen are almost the same thing, but not quite. Okay, So this thing here, we'll test it with this. We'll save it there. Still not very heavy, which is great, awesome, amazing, actually. Yeah, save it like that. Yomi doesn't have anything in there. It's fine. Let's see. Barrel cycles, plenty. A bunch of energy. A bunch of energy. Which means up close this thing is shooting extremely accurately at a fairly good muzzle velocity with not a lot of pressure and very, very accurately. Yes, yes. Normal spread is 0.03. I think it's like 0.035 for an M4 carbine, like the M16 carbine variant, the M4, like an AR-15 type ordeal. Shoots within a 4-inch. This shoots within like 0.37 inches, which is not bad. Not bad at all. Still see no accuracy coefficient, which is interesting. Should I do that? Is it not loading the barrel that I... Rikui? Accuracy coefficient. It's just not loading. That's unfortunate. Cool. 520 maybe? Is it not working? I don't think the barrel's working in it. To be fair, at this range, don't really need the rifling in there. But what did I throw into the Suki? We'll just use that. Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting that I called it the Nani. 80 centimeters. Twist. Something like 70. Let's see if that does anything. No? Fine. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. I don't need it to be. Don't need it to be rifled at all. It'll keep it cheaper. Does this work? Does this one work? I mean, it is rim-fired, but I don't know what gives the round. Surely it needs some sort of rifling, right? Usually they use some sort of rifling. I don't know. Usually pistols use some sort of rifling, but these ones don't, I guess. Need that rifling. Rifling existed before rimfire rounds or cartridges existed. So I don't know quite what's going on here, but should be fine. Anyways. The only reason why I don't have any battles going on here because I don't have the actual ammunition loaded up quite yet. I don't have everything that I would want. Summer, winter. Signal. Heliograph. Light receiver. Signal lamp. Trenchment tool. Bipod. Tripod. Bayonet and a saber. Wide cap versus a steel helmet. Nice. Okay. trying to remember. Platoon designer, I used to build quite a bit. Oh, I still do have a lot of them. Yeah, lots of components don't exist. Must be at least one platoon leader in order to lead a flippin' platoon. It's unfortunate. HQ team, command tank. Yes, we have HQ team. This is just gonna get deleted. Standard infantry. Oh, is this... Does that all technically exist still? What's in a fire squad? I know it's in fire teams. Hold on. We'll look at what old me used to do. So you have the sight team. Rifleman, marksman, carabiner. Recon team. I think he doesn't have these as two different... Oh. Okay. He renamed them. This used to be called Scout and Recon. And I was really, really confused, but he's made it very obvious what this is. So one is Recon, and one is Spotter. A spotter is, they're not the same as Recon. A spotter is literally, how would you say? They're like an artillery director, if you will. Like, they, in a modern sense, those are the guys that are sitting out in the field. They point the laser at the enemy to make sure that the bombs hit their target. So obviously, the spotter's not really going to be needed, but it's okay. And then you have Recon. These guys are the ones that go look at what the enemy has. They'll make the map, mark them on the map, and be like, okay, I saw this, that, and the third. Because honestly, scout and reconnaissance typically can mean the same thing. They can mean different things, depending on which nation you're talking about. Because it is almost semantics. Almost. I do have an AT squad, which is supposed to have... All of these things still exist? Yeah, it's not 30. I love how I say 30 AT 35 team, but it's a 37 AT lensman because I was looking up. I kept on looking up the 37 millimeter um anti-tank weapon system, and that's what I modeled the 35 millimeter anti-tank rounds basically after. But honestly, I got a little confused when I did it. Alright, I got a little confused when I did it. Lensman, loadsman, loadsman, lensman. Lensman, 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 loadsman. 3 horses. So fire squad versus fire team. This is just a team of soldiers. Versus full squad has 8. 2 NCOs and an officer. Fire team does not have an officer. They do have an NCO. I like that NCOs actually give some of the... What is this? HQ team? Oh, I know. I see. Ouch. Ouch. Alright. I need to make a few different... Ow. Dog. Stop doing that. He's poking into my back. That is not very nice of you. Alright, so... What? Load team... Standard rifleman. 2 MG loadman. What is the load team for? What? So, the reason why I'm confused... Because you have a fire team here. They only have... 1 machine gun? I thought it was 2. Well, I know that the squad has 3, right? 1, 2, 3, yep, loadman. Marksman rifle, 3 loadman, okay, yeah. Because they're supposed to be paired up like this, so this is not terrible, it's just... Suboptimal. Suboptimal. Squads always have a squad leader as an officer. NCO. Because you can make him enlisted, officer, no. Role, squad, platoon, team leader. Tank crew pre-war, that's interesting. Command tank pre-war. Gonna have to change what these mean now. Probably to World War I. Because pre-war now is going to mean that they use the, what is it called? The Mori along with the Waldo. But World War I era is going to mean that they use the Ryan. And the various other things that we're going to experiment with in World War I. Heavy weapon squad. Heavy weapon squad is 2 machine guns and a single AT weapon. So I guess that these things all still exist and they're ready to be used? No. No, they're... yeah, no, I don't... I don't even name stuff like that anymore. Oh no. Oh no. What even is this? What is an Inoshikiba? Oh no. Oh no. Oh lord. Yeah. Yeah, that's gone. So the lensman was supposed to have, I think that's what this is supposed to be. The lensman is supposed to have the actual, he has the artillery piece. He has the gun. He's not supposed to carry a lot of ammunition. These don't exist. Why aren't you telling me that they don't exist? Hold on. Yeah, those don't exist anymore. Like, at all. We don't even name stuff like that anymore. Maybe it recognizes something that's almost the same darn thing, but... No, I've changed everything, right? I've even changed the propellants and stuff. You should be saying that they're not the same. You should be having a problem, but you're not having a problem. Slightly concerning. Not super concerning, because I have to fix you later anyways. I have to fix the loadout. Anyways. Let's just see how he would be, he would have a carbine. Actually, probably not this, no. He would have... We would give him the Kabu carbine, probably. That's fine. The other thing we would do is give him a bunch. A bunch of this. Where is it? Come here! Yes, okay. Gets 8, 50. I'm not gonna worry about that. And we're not gonna worry about grenades. I will really quickly bipod attachment point, cleaning rod. You best to bet that this thing's huge. Huge. Just a normal 35, please. It's already big. It's already big enough, brother. Probably not even gonna have a stock. Ladder aperture. Post. There's gonna be no pistol grip to this thing. The stock is excessively light. Probably something like this, actually, now that I think about it. There we go. Not very complex. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Save that right there. So you can actually give this to a person, but oh, does it not count if it's not configured? That's annoying. Alright. Okay, I have to configure the Kabu Type 1. Configure usage. Type 1. Load ammunition. Boop -a -doop -a -burn. Oh, thank goodness it doesn't disappear anymore. That used to be really annoying. All the Kitsune. Be used against infantry, material, some armors. Probably shouldn't be used against armor, but it is what it is. Priority 5. Roll. Definitely anti-infantry. Aimed. I don't think. I don't think that's gonna. I don't think that's gonna be needed. There we go. I don't know why this is a marker, because honestly, if you get this far through, like this far in, you're probably gonna be planning to produce this weapon. And we gotta wait for this to load up. Come on. Don't take all day. There we go. Save the design. Generating range tables is the important part. Alright, now 35 AT. This has a whole family of stuff that it needs to add in. And my computer is not liking it. Goodness gracious, it is trying to blow up on me right now. What's wrong? Oh, no, 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 no. We're back. We're back. We're back. Targets infantry. Oh, goodness gracious. Why? I think I fixed it. I'm not too sure. Nope. I don't know why, but the game all of a sudden... Usually it's not much of a problem. Usually. Armor, fortifications, It does not like my 35. It does not like the 35. Its role is anti-armor. Why are you doing this right now? Directed, it's definitely not suppress. Suppress is a machine gun, more or less. Directed, aimed is, we'll say directed. Because typically you don't, my goodness, my voice. Typically you don't want to be, you know, within 100 meters. Aimed range, we'll say 250. Directed range, we'll say that. See if that saves in the system. That's terrible, bro. This is the first time I've ever had performance issues on this game. First time. There we go. It has a lot of ammunition to. There's a lot of ammunition to go through. It's gonna take a minute. It's still going. Done. I don't know what I did, but the game did not like it, man. The game hates me for this, bro. It hates me for this. Without loading any ammo for it. Yep. Yep. 500% encumbrance. And this is why we are giving them a Kabu. This is the whole reason why we're giving them a carbine, because asking them to have a whole rifle to worry about on top of this artillery piece seems like it's going to be a lot. Now, they are going to have horses to help them with this. But, yeah. Tripodo. But yeah. I'll end it just taking a look on this. Wow, that's still saved. Interesting. It's my anti-tank mine here. I'll say if you liked the video, please throw a like. If you like stuff like this, check out the channel. Consider subscribing. Most importantly, though, have a wonderful day. It's my rifle grenade. This is another rifle grenade, except this is smoke grenade, and also it has aluminum instead of steel, because these are all. It is aluminum. Oh, I know why this is aluminum. This is aluminum because this specific grenade is a room clearing grenade. So the normal Kesher grenade, that has steel, because this is meant to deal damage over a long range. The room clearing grenade is meant to deal only a little bit of damage in a lot of damage in a small area. So 1.3 meters. Meanwhile, we have, what was it called? Let's sweep this one. 1.5 meters. Fragments. Yeah. Anyways, see you all later. Please. Thank you. Goodbye.